Welcome back. Well, good going for the markets. And like we've been pointing out, there are a lot of stocks which are in focus from the pharmaceutical space. One such stock is Wockhardt. The stock has surged more than 195% in the last 12 months. And today it's up 3.5% after the call that was held by the management just some time ago. We have with us Mr. Habeel Khorakiwala, who's the chairman at Wockhardt. Mr. Khorakiwala, thank you very much for joining in, and good to see you after a long period of time. Let's start with Zanuck. You know, the conversation has to start with that particular drug. And when exactly are you expecting an approval in India as well as the US?
As far as Zanuck is concerned, we have completed all clinical trials, the phase 3 clinical trial plus India-specific clinical trial. And we have filed it to drug controller sometime early this year, about March, April. And we expect approval to come by in 9 to 10 months. And probably by mid 2026, Zanuck should be available in India, basically. Okay. As far as the US is concerned, we will be filing in next 2 to 3 months. And we will receive approval sometime mid next year. So early 27, we should be filing Zanuck.
Okay.
In the US.
Okay, so when can we expect approval, say, by FY27 in the US?
Sorry?
FY27 is when we could probably expect approval in the US for Zanuck?
Yes, FY27 we expect approval, and immediately thereafter we should be launching in US.
All right.
Do you have a sense on how much money you can make from something like Zanuck, and what are the out-licensing opportunities here?
See, Zanuck, we will be looking at market to market, whether to market it ourselves or out-license it. For example, we would prefer to market it ourselves in US. However, we would be preferring to allow out-license it in Europe. So that we will decide from market to market the opportunity. It is very, very difficult at this point in time to put the size of the market potential. But we believe something like 80,000 to 100,000 patient market is possible in USA in next 3 to 4 years.
So 80,000 to 100,000 patients possible. You've already used it on 51 patients, and that was compassionate use. Just take us through whether this compassionate use was across the globe or whether it was specifically to India. How many patients probably in each geography did you probably treat, and what was the efficacy of it?
This 51 compassionate patient, primarily from India, and 3 of them were from the United States. As far as outcome was concerned, some of these patients has been given drug to 3 months safely, and literally every patient recovered from the infection.
So there wasn't. So there was a majority, maybe over 90 patients who 90% of the patients who recovered.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. What are you estimating on your other drugs? You've launched Enroc in the Indian market 3 years ago. How exactly is that doing at this point in time? You do have another drug in your pipeline as well. Another antibiotic which you're looking at. Can you just give us a sense in terms of what the pipeline looks like for the other antibiotics and how exactly are they doing?
McNair we just introduced about a few days back.
Okay.
And we expect a very significant value out of that, because we have also indicated earlier the total potential of the McNair in India. Enroc is earlier, somehow we did not get our DNA correct for launching a new drug. So it has not done initially well, but it is being revamped completely. And we expect this year to double the sale of MROC to about 80 to 100 crores.
All right. So what does that do to your overall numbers? We're just trying to figure out that as well, because, on the one hand, you have Novo Nordisk, which is discontinuing its insulin pen as well. You're also looking to develop a semaglutide molecule. While all of these come by on your overall portfolio over the next 2 to 3 years or so, what should we look at when we expect, Wockhardt to report its, say, FY26, FY27 numbers? Because last year, you did about 3,000 crores on the top line. Your margins saw a big improvement, close to 13%. On the bottom line, you remained loss-making, but that was obviously a big reduction from what you did in the previous year. So when we look at Wockhardt, say 3 years from now, what would the revenue, margin and profitability picture look like according to you, given the pipeline that you have?
See, in 3 years' time, you can expect doubling the sale or nearly doubling 80 to 100% growth over the current base, top line wise. And the bottom line will significantly improve. So our margin is around 12-13% now. It should be touching 20% plus by end of 3 years.
Okay, by the end of 3 years. Novo Nordisk, like Mangala mentioned, is not going to be, in the insulin pen market because obviously they're looking at Wegovy as well as Ozempic as the key drugs that they have. How are you looking at the GLP-1 opportunity? It's going off patent next year in India. Are you looking to launch the drug? Are you looking to launch it in other emerging markets? Where do you stand?
We are not planning to launch next year. Most of the companies getting ready, but our approach is that we will do by recombinant technology. Most of the drugs which are coming in is by amino acid approach. The second aspect is there are two patents. One is ending next year, and there is another one coming after another 2 years, where there is a process patent. We have reviewed the patent, and our perception is that this patent may not be sustainable or good, second one, but the company will take everybody to the court and by this 2 years' time. So we thought that we will, even if it is late, we will do a right way and a right thing to get into a market and penetrate the market at that time.
Okay, all right. Well, that's on GLP-1. Give us a sense in terms of what the bread butter of the business is doing currently. How exactly is the India branded business doing? You did around 95 crores in Q4. What was the growth like and what are you anticipating next year? Any new launches lined up?
The India business did well in terms of significant improvement in bottom line of 40 or 50%. Top line growth was moderate to about 4-5%, but that we intend top line growth to go into about double digit and maybe 20%. And we expect that growth to continue to grow. Second, this insulins are giving us good opportunity next year for growth. McNabb sales will come and that will be additional growth. So I think we have a number of triggers which will give us growth in India next year.
All right, double-digit growth. I suppose it will be with margin improvement as well, since you're targeting 20% over the next 3 years. Just a final question, Mr. Khurakiwala, because it's been, 25 years of Wockhardt listing on the bourses. So we keep asking you about numbers, etc. But just a qualitative question. What is it in the last 25 years that you've learned about shareholders and, their wealth creation that you would like to implement over the next 25 years? You've given us a 3-year vision. What's your overall vision for the company, and more importantly, when it comes to generating wealth for shareholders?
I must say 25 years was a learning experience for us. So from time to time, our sensitivity to what shareholder wants have improved significantly. At the same time, I come to believe that we want to run an organization which are long-term sustainable and it has a long-term benefit. So we would like to avoid taking decisions which are based on a quarterly performance and quarterly results only. And I believe if you do those kind of stuff, and as we have seen us, you can create really great opportunities for yourself and for shareholders also.
All right, fair enough. Mr. Kharakiwala, you're doing great work with the possible launch of this antibiotic, which might be very useful for patients. Well, so congratulations on that and hope it comes through. Thank you very much for joining in and speaking with CNBC TV 18. So that is Habil Kharakiwala of Wockhardt telling us that in the next 3 years, they could probably target margins of around 20-odd%. They are looking to launch that one of their antibiotics under development, Zanuck, in the US markets, probably by 2027 and earlier in India.